to Gardening. Guys, I'm in the garden on my birthday. I was trying to do a live stream for some reason it wasn't working for me. So sorry guys, I have to do a static video and then I'll put it on Premiere so we can still communicate and everything like that. So right here I'm in the makeshift polytunnel and you can see some beautiful raspberry. But my son ate most of the ripe one already. And even though today is the 11th of June, we have so much raspberry in the garden. So guys, so you can see the yellow one, which some people call the golden raspberry. And you can see the normal raspberry. Some people don't like the golden one because they said it's not as sweet. But I don't know. This particular one is sweet. My boys, if they come in the garden, they will eat off the golden ones first and then they go to the normal raspberry. And guys, this is early in the year and I'm telling you, we've been having raspberry now for days. Really, really nice. And I have loads of raspberry tree outside. So that's my raspberry going on there. Then I have this lemon tree for probably going 4 years now. Died totally. You can see we're cut off to about 3 inch and then it starts springing back up, and by me just playing with it to show you guys, the smell is wow. It smells so good. And guys, this is my beautiful mullein that I was having you guys guess on the community tab as to what flowers this beautiful flower was. So that's my mullein there. I need to come and harvest the leaves to make tea. And then guys, my fig is growing and growing. So you remember from earlier this year, probably saw the video, it was half the size. If you look closely, you can see the different shade of green. So it was like from there upwards, which is like 40 centimeters, it have grown in like less than a month. So now the ones that were ripening fell off. And then this one is fattening up nicely. Then my Cape gooseberry from last year, just springing back up nicely. Nice and healthy. You know, the Chinese lantern fruit, this is it. So there's going to be loads in that pot. So probably late autumn, thereabouts, I'll probably transplant some into another pot. Then I have a beautiful Sharon fruit there. Last year didn't grow much. I don't know what happened last year, but this year is just branching out and growing. That is my kumquat that we thought was gonna die, but guys, it's shooting up new shoots everywhere. And then my goji berry is still back, and I'm saving some seeds from my green, collards green. So I'm saving some seed, guys. And then I have some Jamaican cerasee in pots right here. So those are my Jamaican cerasee. So guys, I spent my birthday in the garden. I wanted to spend it with you guys, but for some reason I tried the live over and over and it just wasn't working for me. So we just have to stick with a premiere guys. This is the colors green. This one was planted same time with this one. You can see this one going to seed. And this one's still producing. So I had so much of it. If you look in, you can see where I've been cutting it and breaking it and cutting it and breaking it and everything. But it just produce for me. She's so nice. Because it's actually a nice veg. And then if I come over here, you can see some grapes flowering here. So last year, we had 3 bunches of grape here. And the birds ate 2 and left 1 for me. So I have to secure it this year nicely so the birds don't get the majority of it. And then I have my loquat here. I'm hoping it does something this year, but at the moment it's just coming on beautifully. And I need to come and give it some food. But that's looking quite well. And you can see the raspberry from here. So much raspberry, guys. And you can see the kumquat blooming. Then I need to show you some berries, guys. I have some berries inside here to show you. So I'm gonna plant out some butter bean later. So look at my mulberry, guys. Look at the mulberry. The mulberry tree is laden for the first year. So I have various size. Some are tiny. The first lot were like super tiny, like about probably this size, some of them. But I didn't eat them. I just let them fall off. But I have some mulberry here. Probably you can see it's a good more than an inch there, inch tall there. So that's not too bad. The red, this is the black mulberry, so it's not the red one. These just haven't ripened up yet. So, you know, you have the red one, the white one, the black one. So this is the black one. And you can see berries everywhere. The last video, probably couldn't see that good because it didn't form out properly. But hopefully you can see them now. So those are the mulberry. And you can see them everywhere. Nice, nice mulberries. And then inside here, I have some potatoes in pot as well. That is just about to go to bloom. So you can see they're just about to go to bloom there. And then Scarlet Kale. Then I have some broad bean that I didn't bother to put any stake up, but I should have. But these will harvest by the end of next week. I harvest those. And then you can see onions scattered in between everywhere. You can see the onions. And you can see broad beans. I'm having a harvest of broad beans very, very soon. Then, guys, I take it to my blueberry that's just changing color. Look at the blueberries. Isn't that lovely, guys? Isn't that lovely, 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 lovely? So my blueberries are changing color now. And guys, my son ate off all the, well, most of the currants. So I had blueberries, new blueberries coming up here. So I need to tidy up later in the year. So there's going to be too many blueberry in this one pot because there's blueberry there, blueberry here. There's lots of blueberry everywhere. So I need to take some out later in the season. I just wait for these to ripe up and everything. But guys, they're good size. Not bad. I need to come and give it some water. Then if you look through it, you can see some red currant. But my son been eating these like every day. So you're actually lucky to see any on the video because he comes in here every day and eats his currants. So you can see currants everywhere. So yes, guys, there's a lot happening inside here. But I want to show you what's happening in the other, in the greenhouse. You can see it's onions everywhere, guys. I haven't finished planting out everything. I have some pigeon peas there. And I have a little cassava coming up there. This is my peanut. And if you look, you can see the peanut doing well. It's flowering right there. And then I have my Malabar spinach from last year. That have new, because I had extra seeds and they're coming up now. I need to transplant those outside. I have pigeon peas everywhere. But what I want to show you today is over here. So yeah, that's the butter bean that needs to plant out today. Because I should have planted it before the rain started. But the rain still haven't come down properly yet. You're just drizzling. Nothing excited yet. This is my cocoa yam from last year. I'm super excited for it. And if you look at the base of it, it's actually getting fat, guys. So something going on inside. I have more pigeon peas there. Then go over here. You can see my tomatoes are about to bloom. So you can see my tomatoes there. Tomatoes about to bloom. You can see my cucumbers ready to run up the trellis. You can see my cassava. Yes, guys, my cassava all the way from Jamaica. Then you can see my yam coming up there. There's a yam running up the pole already. Guys, today is only the 11th of June. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And the yam The yam is doing superb, guys. It did so well. So you have seen most of the others already, so I'm going to take it in to the other greenhouse over there that I haven't showed you from this year. So this is where the chickens was kept last over winter. So I just started planting in there, so I need to take it in there. But yes, my dasheen coming up and having babies coming up everywhere there. So, and then guys, look at my sugarcane. My sugarcane coming back up beautifully, and you can see a pineapple over there. That pineapple is about 4 years old, guys. I have some pumpkin here that's dying to be transplanted, guys. Loads of pumpkin in this pot here. Then I have my carrots in a pot right here. And then, guys, there's so much still to do in the garden. Carrots in a pot there. And then I have some more carrots in a pot there. And then this is my purple sprouting broccoli that I kept outside. Even though it's flowering now, guys, the birds love it. So I just left it for the birds because there's so many birds that keep on coming in and playing with it. So I don't mind, I just leave it. The bees love it as well, guys. So with the sprouting broccoli, I don't really need any more seeds. I have loads of seeds. So I just leave it for the wildlife, for now, the bees and the birds. And then when I'm ready for this section of the garden, sadly, I will have to move it because it's taking up a lot of space that I need at the moment. But I'm not ready for it, so I just leave the bees to enjoy. I have potatoes in pots here. This is the pink fir potatoes. That's going to seed. I have loads of Maris peppers to the front. So that's going to seed, so I'll be harvesting that soon. But I'm going inside here, guys. But just before I go in, guys, look at the view of my big greenhouse from this angle. It's looking good and green in there. Oh, looking so good. So now I'm going into this one here. So I just move the stone so I can get in. So I go in this one. This one is not totally tidy up yet, guys. As you know, I started working on this one late because the birds were in there. And the birds were not allowing me to plant with them. They were just digging up everything, so it wasn't worth it. So I have some more cucumbers in here. That's looking nice and healthy. So I have my cucumbers there. And then I have another chayote. Sorry, I didn't show you the chayote in the next one, but I didn't give you a full tour of the other one because I showed you before. So, but I have some chayote in that one. And guys, I have so much volunteer tomatoes because, you know, last year I had a lot of tomatoes in here. So I have a lot of volunteer. Then I have loads of sweet peppers, volunteer tomatoes. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. So much tomatoes. There's loads of tomatoes in here. And then all of these are volunteer, guys. I didn't plant any tomato in this greenhouse this year. This greenhouse, all these tomatoes that you can see are all volunteer. So now I had Keller's breakfast in here. Had beef tomatoes. I had about 5 different varieties of cherry tomatoes last year as well. So your guess is as good as mine what these tomatoes will be. But it's excited to wait and see. Then I have eggplant in here. I have crochets in here. Crochets. Eggplants going on there. Then the crochets looking good, you know, because I only transplanted these last week. And they're looking really good. And as I said, volunteer tomatoes everywhere. And then there's another yam. This is about to run up on this yam pole there. So this greenhouse, I haven't put everything in there yet. But guys, I know I'm going to have a lot of tomatoes in this greenhouse. So I have tomatoes everywhere. And then my leaf of life was dying. But I'm trying to revive it. And you can see there's greenness in there. And these are all eggplants right here. And then my tuna. Getting loads of babies. Loads of new leaves coming up on my tuna plant, guys. So yes, so this is what is happening in this greenhouse. It's just loads of volunteer tomatoes. my cruciates, my eggplant, my cucumbers. These are the Marketmore cucumbers. The one next door are Burpless. And then I have the yam right there. I have another patch of broad bean outside. So you can see I didn't plant as much as last year, guys. I guess because I wasn't going to be here. And I didn't know how bad the winter was going to be. Even though this variety is the one that can do well in the cold, I just didn't. So that's it. So guys, I went on a holiday and I had my mosquito net. And that's my mosquito net from my holiday, guys. I took it back because I don't really sleep in mosquito net. The ones in Jamaica, I guess the mosquito is used to their blood, so they didn't really work. Here's the callaloo that I planted out a week now. Guys, you can see they're shooting up and looking nice. So I have some more to plant out, but I need to make room on the garlic bed. So I'm going to harvest the garlic today as well. So that's it, guys. I'm looking through a mesh. So that's my mosquito net that I recycled from Jamaica because nobody wanted it. And my callaloos coming up nicely in there. And here's my garlic bed, guys. I didn't cover them as much, so probably they'd start splitting and everything. But I harvested the garlic scape already. So I need to come and harvest these today. And these are the hard neck ones. They're not looking too bad. Look like good size in there, you know. Once it's hard, here is a hard neck. It's easy to break over. Then it's soft neck garlic. So I need to come and harvest all of these. So I can extend my callaloo bed to where the garlics are. Guys, I have a lot of weeding to do. Then I have some beetroot coming up here amongst the weed. So I just need to come, and there's some volunteer tomatoes from last year because we had tomatoes out here. I can see the beetroot there. So there's a lot of beetroot in there among the weed. There's a volunteer pumpkin. And guys, I have some purple carrots. So there's some purple carrots coming up here, guys. I'm telling you, last year I grew them for the first. And the flavor is so intense versus the orange one. You just have a nice, I don't know, even kind of tastes nutty as well to me. It's just a rich flavor. And we make carrot cakes with the purple carrots. And trust me, well, my husband made it. It was the best carrot cake. The nutrients, the flavor, it was so much there, man. It was lovely. So I have a few coming up in this bed here. And then I have a blue vervain that we use for medicine coming up there. And guys, I just have some scattering of turnips here. Most of them is on the allotment, but my husband loves turnip. So I have some scattering going on here. And this is my herb bed I'm trying to create right here. So I have my spring onion, I have my basil, my lovely sage that makes the most beautiful tea. I have my basil there, my oregano that's spreading and looking lovely. Then I have some radish here. The radish is mostly for my hay fever, guys. So I planted these late. I should have planted them before the hay fever season comes so bad on me. Probably because I can hear that I'm stuffy a bit. So I did take some mullein tea yesterday from the mullein in the garden. So I do some more and some garlic and then the radish from a cure for the hay fever. Then over here, guys, I show what's happening in the garden in June. The best month of the year because it's my birthday month. I have my chard. Another little one there. I need to come and weed out all of that. I have some scattering of red kidney bean. I just transplanted my beautiful strawberry tree. But guys, I had it in a tiny pot last year. And when I went away over winter, it didn't get no water whatsoever. So it struggled and all the blooms that were on it fell off. But as you can see, it's doing lovely now. It's sending out new shoots, new branches everywhere. So I keep a closer eye on it this year. Because usually the fruit of this year, you won't get it until the following year. So I'm making sure I take care of it so I can taste the strawberry fruit. And then I have more scattering of red kidney beans. Guys, I have so much red kidney bean I planted this year all over the place. So I should be having a bountiful harvest. So kidney beans here, scattered about here. And then, guys, I did direct sow some sweet corn. You probably can see a little one there. And then what I did, I planted the sweet peas, the garden peas, with the sweet corn, but the sweet corn took forever. I know that would have been a bit funny, guys. So the sweet corn took forever to pop up. There's another one there. So the sweet peas reach a good height before the corn even pop up. So I have to come and put these bamboo skewers down for the sweet peas to run up, because these peas are quite spiteful, guys. So if you don't give them a runner, they will not fruit. They won't just fall on the ground and fruit for purpose. They prefer to die off instead of giving you fruit. So I just came and trying to trellis up these sweet peas. My little lad, my little 8-year-old boy, he just normally come to the garden before we harvest these peas to use in the kitchen. He just literally pop them like sweet in the garden and eat them. And that's a joy of gardening, guys. When I see my boys enjoying the produce, like he was in the makeshift polytunnel yesterday, and he got so much raspberry and mulberry. He was just enjoying himself. He was just saying, He loves it, and that brings joy to me. And then there's a massive cabbage here that's not covered. I was experimenting with last season, so I planted out some onions and garlic around it to see if it will keep the pests away. But we have so much bird, guys. This was the only one that survived. So next year I definitely cover it, and then you can see sweet peas as I go along. Sweet peas running everywhere, guys. I need to weed. You can see the sweet peas, and you can see the scattering of corn. So in the next, hopefully, the next week and a half, these sweet corn will be massive. And guys, these are my butter bean. There's my butter bean. I love my butter bean. So you can see chickpeas in between. I was trying to plant the chickpeas with the pumpkin, because I know the pumpkin are heavy feeders. They like nitrogen and everything, and these are nitrogen fixers to the soil. So I was planting peas and pumpkin at the same time. So that's what I was doing there. So you can see a lot of butter bean going all the way up. There's butter bean in the garden. So yes, guys, that's what I'm doing for June. So much more to do, so much things to do. And then there's some broad bean and nettle and everything in the mix right here. So you can see loads and loads of broad bean here. So yes, guys, loads of things in the garden, loads of things still to do. I was trying to root some African kale. So you can see the leaves going on. I just put this mesh over it, some African kale there, because the birds come and pick them out. And this is just my wildflowers in the garden from my sprouting broccoli for the bees and everything, because the bees love it. So that's what happened in the garden, guys, in June. Just loads and loads and loads of things. And then, because the weather is finally warm now, in the next garden update, you will see loads more in the garden, because now is full force, full going, planting up the garden. And then I have another potato bed here. The chickens were digging, so there's mesh everywhere. There's mess as well everywhere. And this is my bay leaf plant that I'm just repot not too long. So that's going on there. And I'm saving some seeds from these red onions. I did a video where I show you how to save the onion seeds. If you don't remember, I'll put a link at the top in the description. And trust me, guys, I did it and it worked, and it saved me my money from buying all those onions. So yes, guys, this is the garden tour for June 2023, and a belated birthday tour as well, because I tried to do the live stream, it didn't work, guys. So we can do the premiere together, and then we could talk and everything like that. So until next time, guys, keep gardening, take care now, and do let me know what you're planting out for the season so far. Take care now. Bye bye.
Like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell.